What's up, man?
Nothing much.
Yeah?
Quick, fast day.
Yeah. Yeah, that was busy.
Yeah, that's what mine was. Of course, I anxiously awaited a new episode of The Commute.
Yeah. I will be doing the driving.
I will be doing the passenging.
It works. That's...
I'll take it. Sounded like a real word when I said it.
Yeah, that's close enough.
Oh.
I mean, that goes with the... What else is going to go with the driving?
Exactly. So, I was checking out today and I read an article where they said that friends don't let other friends' Facebook post go unliked. So if you see someone's post and it's not liked and it's been a little while, you'll like it just so they can have
feel
a like
okay
on
about
it,
themselves.
you know? Because, yeah. And they were saying that when people don't get likes on their posts, they get depressed and they get sad because they feel like no one really cares about what they're saying. And but if they get a lot of likes, they're like, look, everyone likes what I'm
Look
saying.
at all my stuff.
I feel so good about myself. And they said that people feel that so that they know if their friends aren't getting likes, they will go ahead and like it. Now, I can't say I don't get upset if people don't like my shit or they like it or whatever, but there'll be times where I know there's people that fish for comments. They do, Facebook fishing, and they won't have any likes, and I'll be like, ha 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 ha.
Glorious.
You have no likes. Like, I know it hurts them, and I know it upsets them, so I'm like, they're onto something here, because I get that way.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh man, it's a shame you don't have any it's a fish. I scroll. I'm not liking your stuff.
Road closed. Great.
Road closed?
Yeah.
Where?
Right there.
Oh, shit.
Guess I'm going left.
Go left.
Get out of the city one way or another.
Yeah, that's what you think. What am I? It's closed. This time of day, something must have burst.
Either that or they're fixing that giant pothole that's up there.
Oh, yeah. So anyway, I just kind of thought they were on to a little something there with all that Facebook shenanigans. Because whereas I don't feel hurt, I do feel anger. So what else we have? E-cigarettes.
Yeah.
They, kids are now using them in Edmonton. Now this is, stick with me on this one. Is that kids are smoking marijuana oil out of the e-cigarettes.
Okay.
Right, you can get marijuana oil, put it in the, in place of the oil for this. And what it does is, by doing that, it hides the smell. So it doesn't smell like you're smoking pot. And this is a very big problem in both the public and Catholic schools in Edmonton.
Oh, baby's running out in the street.
Baby.
What are you looking at me for?
I actually think he was looking that way, but his bad eye he had eyes that went that way. It was
hard to tell.
It looks like he can make it. But yeah, look, he was like the scarecrow. He's like, they went that way.
I don't know what he was doing. You're gonna have to stop there. Riding your fucking bikes down the road. Yay, back on track.
Yay!
The street.
Didn't miss a beat. But yeah, so they said in Edmonton, this is a big problem. Like, everybody's getting high. All these kids are getting high off this stuff. Now, my question is, they said it's a problem in the schools. Is it okay over here for kids to be smoking e-cigarettes in school? Like, do you think in the high schools kids are smoking these e-cigarettes? And they're like, hey, they're not illegal, we have to let you do it.
I don't know.
I can't imagine, man.
Kids aren't allowed to use their telephones. You can't.
I mean, we did that. One would be a distraction. They'd be like, I understand it's not illegal, but it's a distraction.
Right.
But those things fucking stink too, I'm sorry. Yeah, they're more healthy, but they're still a pain in the nuts.
Yeah, depending on what it is.
What kind? I mean, some aren't that bad, but some are horrible. And not to mention now there's smoke all through your classroom.
Right.
But until now, they were letting kids do it. They said they're placing a ban. It's not even in effect yet. But students nor teachers are going to be allowed to smoke these e-cigarettes on any school property.
Well, that's... Like I said, I mean...
I can't believe they let it happen.
Yeah. To this point.
You know, yeah. To where it's a problem. They said, and they're getting really high, because I didn't know this. They said the marijuana oil, the way that they make it, has 90% THC in it, which is what gets you high, whereas a rolled up joint only has 10 to 20%. So it's like 5 times more potent, or 6 times, or whatever you want to say. It's 10 or 20.
Where the hell? I don't understand where they're getting that, though. The oil. I mean,
is it? It's not legal in Canada.
It can't be,
right?
I don't know. That's.
But man, I wish I went to school there. Christ Almighty,
Edmonton,
to where it's everywhere.
Yeah.
And I was reading about one of my fears today. I don't do well with snakes. We all know that. This 43-year-old woman in Singapore, Norislinda Assat, she has sat down on her toilet and got bit by a snake.
Jesus.
They said she sat down and she felt like this twinge, this pain in her leg, and she went to stand up, and there was a snake hanging out of her thigh. The fangs were stuck in, so she grabbed the snake, but the snake got away. She went to the hospital, got treated, she's fine. But they can't find the snake. It was.
It's still in her house.
Maybe somewhere in her walls or whatever. 6-foot python, a 6-foot brown python.
How did you not notice that before you sat down on the toilet?
Maybe she thought it was a hunk of shit. It coiled up shit, or maybe it wasn't out. Maybe it was coming up through the pipes.
But still, 6-foot python. You stand up after you get bit in the leg from a python, and it's still hanging off your leg. That means you got to pull some out of the toilet still.
Yeah. And that wasn't.
There's something I don't understand.
Well, they said that it's not the first time this has happened. They said you're parking.
Yeah.
He was about to freak out.
Someone was gonna get it.
Last July in Israel, a man sat on the toilet and a snake bit his genitals.
Oh God!
You imagine that? Oh, like just thinking about it.
It's just driving it.
It just drives me insane. They say what happens is the pipes crack, and the snakes get into the pipes, and they find their way out. But yeah, if I ever saw a snake in a toilet, I think I would start using outhouses or just like a bucket. I would just start shitting in buckets.
Something you can see the clear bottom of.
Yeah. A swimming pool. I would shit in the swimming, but yeah, we're gonna roast, dude.
Yeah, dude, this air.
You wanna see what it's like with the windows down?
Yeah, we could. Nobody's watching anyway.
Yeah, fuck it. Let's do a test show. We don't have a whole lot anyway today.
Yeah.
It'll be a short episode. It'll be the one everyone watches because it's short.
Right.
You won't be able to hear anything.
It was just getting good. I don't understand.
Yeah, what the fuck? Alright, this day in history, May 12th, 1932. Body of Charles Lindbergh's baby is found more than 2 months after he was kidnapped from his family's Hopewell, New Jersey mansion.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was Jersey.
Yep. Yeah, a lot of that stuff surprises you. It's like...
Yeah.
You picture it like somewhere else, like New York, I don't know.
Yeah, the timing always surprises me. The where always surprises me. The kidnapping had been unsolved until September of 1934, when a marked bill from the ransom payment of $70,000 turned up at a gas station. The attendant wrote down the license plate. Now, how did the attendant know that it was a marked bill?
I don't know how the bill was marked. That's the thing.
It said real tiny, like if you see this, write down the guy's license plate number.
Yeah, I don't know what exactly was marked on it for. And to know that it would be marked in that way.
Yeah, enough to, before he leaves, to get out and write his license plate down.
Yeah. But I guess at that time, I mean, it's...
They probably had a thing.
Yeah.
You know, blue dot in the corner means this or whatever.
And it was on everybody's mind, too. So people probably knew how the bills were marked and everything else. That was probably pretty common knowledge.
Yeah, except for the people using them.
Yeah, that was the thing.
Car belonged to Bruno Hapteman, who, when his name was searched, $13,000 of the ransom was found. Or his home was searched.
Yeah.
Oh, busted.
He said he was holding it for a friend.
You always revert down to that one. When in doubt, blame a friend.
But they traced wood or something from the ladder that was used at the house to get the kid out back to him somehow.
Jesus. You sure this was in the 1930s?
Yeah.
Sounds like some CSI bullshit going on here. In April of 35, he was executed.
Yep, via the electric chair.
Wow. Kidnapping was made a federal crime after this. So he was put to death for kidnapping?
Well, murder.
Well, yeah, okay.
So
I forgot about that part.
Yeah. I saw something one time on that they thought that like to keep the kid quiet or something. I think he like hit him with a hammer or something.
That'll keep a kid
like to
quiet.
Knock him out or whatever.
You hit him with a goddamn hammer.
And that's what killed him. So I don't know. But they found him with it like less than a mile away from the house.
Wow. Yeah, I don't know why I died. I just hit him with a hammer.
Yeah. Can't think of him with a hammer? What kind of kid?
That's his problem.
But yeah,
they gotta toughen this kid up.
He gave him like a ransom note for $50,000 came through, and then but there was never any like message on like how to pay it or anything like that. And then after a little while, another one came through with $70,000, and then they said, you know, there was a whole drop-off thing and everything. So they dropped off the money, they paid the ransom, and then they said the kid was being held on a boat called Nellie, and it said it was up by Massachusetts or something, and they searched all the ports and bays and everything else, and they never found a boat like that. So
I just want to see how many times they're going to fall for that same old trick.
Yeah, so that prompted the search again around the house. And that's when they found the body.
I have a couple follow-up stories from stories we did in the past.
Oh yeah? That
I saw. Rapper Andre Johnson, remember him?
No.
Christ bearer.
Oh, is that the guy that jumped off his stuff and jumped out the window?
Jumped right the hell out the window. Let's see. So the interview with him.
How could I forget?
They said he's doing okay. He said he did it out of depression. He said he was smoking pot and he was reading a book about monks and vasectomies. So he decided, remember at the time they didn't know why he did this.
Right.
He decided that self-dismemberment was the best solution for the problems he was going through at the time. So he cut it off and then just freaked out and the pain was too much, so he jumped off the building. He's currently unable to see his 2 girls. He has another baby on the way. TMZ originally reported that they weren't able to attach it back on, but he said, oh, no, I still got it. He said they put it on. He said it's fully functional, just he will not be able to have any more kids. So there's a little update on Christ bearer.
Wow.
So don't get depressed, smoke pot, read books about monks.
Yeah, and
vasectomies.
books are powerful.
Yeah, they get into your head, man. I can't do that. You sit there and like to think, man, it'd be nice to get messed up and read a book, and a good book. I end up reading the same fucking page over and over. I'm like, what the fuck did I just read?
Well, I guess you gotta do it enough where it's part of your daily routine.
Thing. Yeah.
Then you can read fine. It's not a big deal.
I remember I was reading an Anne Rice book one time. It was really good, and I was like, oh man, get all roasty toasty and read this shit. I'm like, that'd be fantastic. No. It was 20 minutes and half a page later, I discovered the X Games. I was like, I gotta do something else. The X Games was on. I was like, this is the best shit ever. Motherfuckers are flipping on a bike. Flip it, mother-fucker.
Yeah, the pages need to do the work for you if
you're
in that situation.
The other one we have is the med school virgin. Remember her? She was auctioning off her virginity.
Oh, yeah.
She was going by the name of Elizabeth Rain. Well, she said she didn't need it to pay off school. She said she was good financially. But she was doing it for some kind of a statement on women's sexual rights and prostitution. And women can do whatever they want with their bodies and that kind of thing. Now, she was originally expecting $400,000 for this. Well, the story was the bidding got up to $801,000. And she backed out of the deal.
What?
She said that, her reason was she got into a whole messy mix of auction and publicity that is near impossible to balance. So her thing was like, it was getting too big, too popular. I guess it was messing with her life. She is in med school. But someone involved with the whole thing said she actually didn't get many bids at all. She did get a bid for $801,000, but that person didn't want to go through with any verification process. So they were like, well, you can't. And I guess that was like the final straw for not getting any bids, and you finally get a bid.
Yeah,
and you got to deal with this bullshit.
Right.
So people are saying, it wasn't exactly what you thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
And then another part of it was she's in the University of Washington Medical School, and they called her in for disciplinary actions.
Yeah.
You
didn't know that was going to happen.
Oh, yeah. I guess because she brought the school into it. I mean, I guess they couldn't do it as long as she didn't mention the school.
Yeah.
You just said, hey, I'm a person, whatever.
Well, I mean, it's just like any of those, like, there's a bunch of, like, porn stuff that came up, like, kids at schools.
Yeah, but that girl, the girl who came out as a porn star, I think she's still in school, isn't she?
This was a while ago. It was like porn, like, shot from, like, dorm rooms or something.
Oh, okay.
And, like, they said, like, the name of the school and stuff there. It's just, or those, not the Girls Gone Wild, but there's, like, something similar to that, but it's, like, a college campus thing. And, like, anybody that, like, wore a hat or something from the school that they attended, like, in the thing, they got called in for disciplinary acts.
So, yeah, so there was a bunch of stuff going on, and she just backed out of it. However, the publicist she was using, the publicist company,
still want to be paid.
They were like, hey, we stood our part. And she agreed with them, though. She said she's going to sit down with them and pay them what they were owed. She said, I did back out of it, so.
Yep.
So she's being cool. Just a couple stories just covering stuff we already talked about.
Yeah.
Saw them both today. That's it.
Yeah, you got to follow up on that kind of thing.
People care. People want to know what's going on in the lives of these crazy, fucked up people.
Well, we do. I mean,
well, yeah. No one else really cares. Templeton Rye Distillery. They've come up with a Templeton Rye pork project where they're raising pigs to taste like whiskey. Instead of making bacon-flavored whiskey, they're making whiskey-flavored bacon. Which I thought was
how are they going about that?
Pretty cool. Well, they got 25 purebred Duroc pigs. They were born in January of this year. And they add distillery grains to their diet. and they use the spent mash from their distillery.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess that's a big part of their diet. And they're hoping that it'll take and the pigs will taste like whiskey.
I don't see how that's going to make them taste like whiskey, though. I mean, the grains and stuff, I get feeding them that, but that just sounds like
all you're eating.
But that's not gonna distill the meat or anything. It's not gonna age the meat in the barrels like whiskey is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Unless you cure it.
You're not getting the alcohol. I mean, you don't want to get drunk off of pigs, but is the flavor still the same? I mean, the flavor's the flavor.
I don't know. I don't see how that would translate to the meat. But
they said that they already have offers from people to buy the pigs. They have more offers than they have pigs. So they're going to decide in June who they sell them to.
Mm-hmm.
They said that this is the cutting edge in raising pork. They said they think a lot of people are going to be trying to find ways to flavor their pork.
Yeah.
While it's alive. And they want to be the first to do it. Again, I'm with you. I mean, I can see how it might. I mean, think about it. They say that what you eat can change the flavor of other things that come out of your body.
Yeah, I don't know, depending on the diet of a deer or any kind of game animal, it tastes different from location to location. So I could see it changing it somewhat like that, but I think they have had to have done this before. Isn't Kobe beef, don't they feed those animals
but it just
and
tastes,
something?
But what does it taste like? You know what I mean? They're not trying to get it to taste like something. They're just giving it a different flavor.
Yeah.
And maybe that's where they're taking this from. I mean, maybe it does work.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know much about raising pig.
I could see flavoring the ham after the fact, but that's no different than
it's cheating.
You can
have cotton candy bacon then.
Yeah, exactly.
Shit.
Ugh.
Well, I would like to try it.
Cotton candy bacon
cotton candy bacon
or whiskey pork. Either.
Oh no, I want to try. I'll try anything once. I want to try the whiskey pork though.
Is cotton candy bacon a real thing?
No.
Okay.
No.
I thought this was something that had to go into our thing. It's
that.
It probably wouldn't take too much of a search to find cotton candy bacon.
You don't think so?
Really? I'll bet that exists.
Cotton candy bacon.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look that up as we discuss other stories.
I'll bet it wouldn't take too much.
I bet it'd be easier to find bacon flavored cotton candy.
Yeah, the other way around.
Because they want bacon flavored everything anymore.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. I mean, I like bacon and all, but I'm not that fucking into bacon.
No, I like bacon. I like to eat bacon. I don't eat everything I fucking eat to taste like bacon.
To me, it flavors shit too much.
Right. Then it's just a different texture of bacon is what you're eating.
I mean, when it's like a fillet wrapped in it and stuff, I take the bacon off. I don't need that much bacon, And
I don't need bacon flavored mashed potatoes. When I eat mashed potatoes, I want it to taste like mashed potatoes.
Yeah, really.
Not like bacon.
Yeah, I'd rather have more butter in my mashed potatoes than bacon in my mashed potatoes.
If I'm just anything.
Yeah.
Ice cream, I want it to taste like vanilla or chocolate, not bacon.
Right.
I don't have to have everything I fucking eat taste like bacon.
No.
Let's see, I'm going to type in bacon cotton candy.
And a lot of stuff is taking rather than adding the salt component, you're replacing that with bacon because it's so filled with salt to
very
begin
salty.
with. You're salting it with that.
Fatty.
Because I've seen cookies and stuff where it's it'll be a chocolate cookie with bacon crumbs on it for the salt, so you get the salt and chocolate. I mean, I get that.
I get that, and I would try it. I've never tried it. I would like to try it. Just like we are going to have to try bacon cotton candy.
It had to exist.
Bacon cotton candy. It is only $2.95 to order.
Yeah.
Let's throw that on the list.
Yeah, it's got to go on the list.
Is there cotton bacon candy? Oh! Wow, this is interesting.
What do you got?
Well, this is just ridiculous. There's a guy with big, the big roll of cotton candy with just like bacon strewn throughout it. It's just ridiculous. Then there is cotton candy where the stick is bacon.
Cotton candy with a stick? Oh, okay.
So it's just, they get the bacon and they run it through the cotton candy thing and chop, chop. There you go.
Huh.
But is there... So we're looking for cotton candy flavored bacon.
Speaking of bacon.
So we got cotton candy. No, we got bacon flavored cotton candy. Now do we have cotton candy flavored bacon?
Man. I don't know. I mean, do they flavor bacons like that? They've got.
I
Somebody's
don't know.
got to.
I mean, isn't there like walnut flavored?
Well, I know there's like maple syrup flavor. Like we've gotten that before. That's pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's real good. No, I don't see that though. But bacon flavored cotton candy is a real thing. So see, they're even taking the sweetest candified sugar.
Yeah.
And it needs to taste like bacon. No, cotton candy needs to taste like cotton candy.
Right.
That's why I want cotton candy.
Yeah.
I like the goddamn taste of it.
Yeah, it's got its own. Now I could see cotton candy make like the cotton candy thing, and then like throw like a dash of like bacon crispies like into.
Well, that's what this one thing was. Yeah.
And I could see that. That would be a novelty thing.
Yeah, I would try that. But we are looking for stuff. So do we add bacon flavored cotton candy?
I guess
to the list.
Yeah.
$3.
We talked about it.
Yeah, let's do it.
It's fine.
Go home and add that to the list. I'll see how they flavor to see if Jess is able to eat it.
Oh yeah.
And we still gotta find one more girl to do that.
Yeah.
So if any girls want to be part of a food tasting, let us know.
Yeah, we'll set it up. We should do that probably pretty soon.
Yeah, give us another. The other episodes are what sell.
Yeah, another couple weeks.
We got 3 people who like these. Okay, so we did that. In the UK, their drinking water has been tested. And they've found out that their drinking water contains caffeine, ibuprofen, epilepsy medicines, and cocaine. Right in the drinking water. They say that as far as cocaine goes, benzoylecgonine is what cocaine turns into after your body metabolizes it.
Oh, okay.
And it gets into
so many people have been pissing out cocaine.
Well, they said that the UK, it's right now the biggest cocaine area in the world.
Oh, okay. Wow.
In Western Europe, it is the highest level of cocaine use.
Western Europe.
They have 700,000 people between the ages of 16 and 59 that use cocaine.
I find that so hard to believe, man. How are they getting... Because it's a tropical plant. Like, how the hell are they, like, getting a hold of enough to be...
What do you mean?
How are they shipping all that product out and, like...
That I don't know.
Getting it to, where it needs to be for these people to be addicted to it that much, you know what I mean?
Oh, are they... Oh, that's a good question.
Where's it being grown? That's
the other thing. Maybe it's being grown there.
Yeah.
You're saying it's a tropical plant, but
yeah,
I can grow marijuana in my basement in the wintertime.
Right. Yeah.
Nothing to do. I don't even have a basement.
Controlled environment thing or something.
Dude, if there's a dollar to be made, you guarantee someone's doing it. Yeah. But they said that the dose in the water is 1,000 times lower than any dose you could take to get you high or have any effect of the drug or the medication. But
it's just a derivative of the cocoa plant. So, well, yeah, maybe all the like raw stuff that they're bringing into, like, Sweden and Dutch chocolate and, all those countries.
Just turn it into cocaine?
Yeah, like some of that gets diverted and made into cocaine.
One for me, 2 for you, 1, 2 for me.
Maybe that's how it's coming in,
But I thought it was funny that they're pissing so much cocaine that's in there. You can't even filter it out.
Yeah.
Caffeine and Coke, drinking what? They gotta be a pretty lively bunch of humans in Western Europe.
And the UK, right? That was our main study or whatever.
In Walmart in Mount Vernon, Washington, a 60-year-old woman by the name of Nancy Reed was at the self-checkout line. She was obviously having some issues with this, so an employee went over to help her, and she said, "Oh, well, this is why it's not working. Your credit card got declined." The woman pulls out scissors and starts stabbing the employee. Just went for her. She pulled her down, grabbed fistfuls of her hair out of her head, like she had fistfuls of her hair. She trailed this woman's head. Another employee and a shopper went in there and broke it up and got her away from the woman. And when they broke it up, they don't want to go near her, so someone calls the cops.
Yeah.
They were just keeping an eye on her. She didn't try to run. She starts spouting out about how the mafia kidnapped her grandchild, and she started dancing around and raising her dress up in the air. So the cops came, she was doing that, and the cops took her away. When they asked her why she stabbed the woman, she said, "I didn't like her vibe." She's putting off a bad vibe. Had to stab her.
Crap.
So just when you thought you've seen it all in Walmart.
Don't help anybody in the self-checkout, man.
Fuck no, man. Don't talk to anybody in Walmart.
Just look down.
And I'm saying that like everyone in there is that way. I go to Walmart.
Yeah.
No, I feel like my soul gets a little filthier every time I go in there.
Yeah,
but
well, it should. I mean, that's what it's all about there.
I go in there nonetheless. But don't talk to me, I won't talk to you when we're in Walmart.
I saw a story somebody posted about, it was on Facebook or whatever, that this guy had been, and this was another Walmart thing, he'd been going in and like his, he didn't think like these people like even looked at like the credit card like signature or whatever. So, he got into a habit of like signing the credit card thing, like just all kinds of fucking just crazy things, like screw you Discover card, eat my balls, and just like whatever he wanted, like filled out on that line. Well, the one time when he went through a Walmart, he it got like his card got declined or whatever, like it came up like an invalid signature. So like the manager came over and they printed out the receipt to see like what the signature was, and he drew like a dick on the thing, and they're like, "Sorry sir, it didn't come up as a this penis drawing didn't come up as a valid signature."
I guess it's
for
just
your
looking
card.
for letters when you sign. So when he was writing anything else, any kind of letter
fine,
formation was okay, but penis pictures
he drew a dick on that.
or not.
Yep. So that was an invalid signature.
Oh, I'm gonna try that out. I've done that before. A couple of just like signing like random names.
Yeah.
To see if they take. They don't even fucking check.
Yeah, he was like signing in X
care.
and stuff, and just like whatever. It's like I don't know. You're lucky if they even give you a receipt anymore, though. Like,
Oh, you gotta ask for a receipt.
yeah, they won't even give that to you. And it's like instant too. Like no matter what you wanted, like that card run through as, like they don't even really ask you anymore.
No.
They just, that goes through as credit.
I went to the post office today, and the guy says to me, debit or credit? And I was like, it doesn't matter, it all comes from the same place. So I just said credit because I was hot, I had to walk there. I didn't feel like putting in the code and all that shit. So I said, credit's fine. So he's like, okay, slide your card, then I need your card, and I need your driver's license. And I'm like, really? I said, just go debit. He's like, oh, it did credit, whatever. So I slide my card, give him my credit card, then I show him my driver's license. He's like, oh, can you take it out for me? And I take it out, and it's sticking to everything, because you never take your license out.
Yeah, no.
I was like, oh, God. I said, dude, I really should have said that. He was like, yeah, you should have.
You asshole.
You know, it was this kid. He looked like he was 20 years old, working at the post office. All these tattoos around his neck and shit. Like, he didn't seem like a postal worker to me. I mean, he was cool. He was nice. He wasn't being a dick about nothing. But, yeah,
I didn't know it was a whole thing, otherwise.
Yeah, I didn't know. Fuck me. Usually credit cards are easy. Like, here, sign on the... You can scribble on the thing and you're done.
Right.
Scribble on the screen, please. I had to show all kinds of forms of identification.
It's bullshit, man. I used to not mind it, but now it's like, fucking, I don't want to take my wallet out for any more than I have to. I just...
Is there anything liquid or hazardous in this box at all? Yeah, everything.
Yeah, anything you can imagine, I shoved the fuck in there.
I mixed plutonium with the AIDS virus. It's right in there, hotshot. Dive in, open it up. What are you gonna do?
And then you'll be on the front page.
What would happen if I said yes?
But
is there anything hazardous? Oh yeah, a lot of hazardous stuff.
Then you gotta declare what it is.
Yeah?
Yeah, I mean, you can still send some stuff, but you gotta declare what exactly the hazardous material is. Because, I mean, it depends on what they consider hazardous, too. Because in a pressurized condition, if they send it in the air, you know, you gotta know what...
Yeah, that's true.
You know, some stuff can only be in the ground, you know. And if they ship it on the ground, some stuff can't go through a tunnel. So it depends where they ship it and how they ship it.
Yeah, you gotta find the proper way to fuck with them and do it.
There's no proper way to fuck with a government agency. The proper way to fuck with them is by not fucking with them.
That's true.
Because everything is a felony as soon as you walk in that door.
Yeah, really? Oh, you were lying about it?
Oh, you signed your name wrong on that credit card?
Yeah,
that's a felony.
Sorry.
You lied on a federal document.
Can you step into this room, please? We need to do cavity search. Oh, cavity search. Yeah. Did someone say cavity search?
It's non-specific as to which cavity. Spin the wheel of cavities.
I saw speaking of dumb criminals, not this is really a criminal, but this guy wanted his license plate to say "cops lie," right?
Okay.
That's what he wanted it to be. And when he was filling it out, I guess the DMV said, you know, no, you can't have that. There's certain things you can't have on your license plate. So this guy takes it to court. He wanted it that bad, and he said that he wanted it because that was his way of protesting against the police force or whatever. And it held up in court, and he won. So now, what he won was a license plate that says "cops lie." Why the hell? I mean, I get it. Maybe he's got this whole protest against cops.
Yeah.
But is that helping your cause? You're going to have a lot more to protest against when they're beating you in the ground, you know, for any other little reason. You know, every time he gets pulled over, they're going to want to step out of the car. They're going to want to pat him down.
Dude, there's people that fucking love that. Now, granted, it's not a person that's going to get a license plate. I don't know if you've seen these people. He's like, I don't even know what to call them. They call themselves by a particular name, but it's like they kind of take themselves like out of the system. Like they don't have a license plate. They don't have like formal like identification or anything like that. Their vehicle is like there's some kind of like letter of the law kind of thing, like that you're trying to get this right because I've watched these videos before, but like they're saying that on your birth certificate, all of your entire name is like in capital letters. Okay. And it's like that because you're a corporate entity. You're recognized by the state as a corporate entity. So anything that your corporate identity owns doesn't actually belong to you. You're not really responsible for it. So because that's your corporate identity, your actual identity is a person without a real name. So you don't really have a license, you don't really have you're not liable for any of that stuff. So, and anything like a car it's considered a conveyance. It's a means to get from point A to point B, but it doesn't have to follow like the rules of the road or the land or anything else. Like, it's some just crazy thing. So when they get pulled over, they've got like signs in their window like about how this vehicle's a personal conveyance, and they've got like paperwork and stuff like from like the 17th century of like horse-drawn carriages and stuff, following those laws.
So what do the cops do?
Well, there's either two things. If they go to arrest them and like take them in for not having a license like anybody else would,
right,
they say, okay, well, you can take me in, but I'm charging you for my time. So you're on my clock and I charge $1,000 an hour. And because they state that ahead of time, apparently that's we can't pull off to the side. We got to drive down the middle of the fucking road with a goddamn backhoe. That's fucking great, man. What an awesome person.
So because you tell them that ahead of time, you can charge them that?
That's what they say. I've never seen the end result of that. I only see the videos of them telling them that and going through the process.
I can't imagine.
It seemed like a bigger thing in Britain than it did here. But yeah, it's something about like the King's highways and stuff there, and
because let's say they convict you and you get whatever you're being arrested for, and you end up doing 20 years in jail, they're going to pay you $1,000 an hour for that because they took up your time.
Right, like they're on the clock.
When you get out of jail, you're a billionaire.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know what the deal is, but I see them.
So what's the second thing they do?
The second thing they do is they go round and around until they get like a senior officer out, and the senior officer dismisses it because it's it's not an actual like offense, like if they were speeding or whatever else.
Right.
It's not reason enough to hold them, so all they can do is fine them and send them on their way. So even though they don't have a license, the actual reason why they pulled them over wasn't anything to do with their documentation, and because of that, they sent them on their way.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, because it wasn't like it wasn't a felony, It wasn't like
right.
They weren't hurting anybody. It was a victimless crime. So yeah, there's that, and then the other thing I see in Britain too is like the BBC and stuff. They charge you. It's like a subscription fee, even though it's the national broadcasting thing. They charge you a subscription for it. You got to pay every month. So what people do is they opt out, but it still goes through like the cable. Like no matter what, that still goes through the cable. So they opt out of it and they won't pay the thing, but they still have like a TV in their house. But they say, "Oh well, my TV's only hooked up to my computer. I only watch, stuff online, okay. And that's it." And like they want to like come into their house and check for televisions and all this like crazy shit. And they have like monitoring vans that like will pull up and they'll try to like read like if they're using a signal or something in the house. And that's like you get to a crazy part of YouTube eventually. Like if you keep
if you keep diving down.
Yeah, if you keep going down,
get caught in the spiral,
holding your breath. This is the stuff you come back with. But yeah, I don't know. There's all kinds of crazy shit like that, and I find it entertaining sometimes. It's like throw that on in the background and listen to these like
some nutty stuff.
Yeah, just these crazy things. I don't know. I mean, I listen to all kinds of debates and like just or like today I was listening to like these what the hell was it? It was like these things on the Illuminati and how it was like how it was tied in with the alien
That's
fucking conspiracy and shit. It's fucking hilarious. But like after a while, it's too much. Like I can't listen to it anymore. I have to turn it off.
I get angry. I get angry if I like, especially debates. Debate because I take a side. And
and you're like, oh, I'm gonna put in the face. I was listening to one like that today.
I gotta go for a walk and calm the fuck down.
Yeah. I like the ones where it's like it's usually like a Christian group like arguing against like an atheist group and like them going back and forth. I love those debates. Like that's
especially when they smack them right across their mouth.
And, it's really good stuff.
When it's your side doing the smacking anyway.
Because it's like, you know what? If you have that much faith in like your belief and stuff, come up with a better argument.
Right.
Like there's a better argument out there, than the ones you're putting
just
forward.
don't understand.
Right. Don't like base it on like, your personal experience. That's not how you win an argument.
Right.
It's like
sometimes
something else.
The best argument is using yourself as the anti-point you're trying to make.
Right. I don't understand why there's not better debaters on the religious side of debates. It always seems like they go back to the same tactics and stuff, and it just doesn't work against like a logical argument. You gotta, I don't know. It seems to me like they should have a better argument than they do. They never do. They never come up with it.
They need master debaters.
They do. There's not enough master debaters. But yeah, that was one of the ones I was watching today too. Is
master debaters?
Yeah. Well, who I consider a master debater, Christopher Hitchens. He like died like a few years back, but he was like a columnist and stuff, and like an atheist guy. But he always went up against like these, people from different religions, going up against him. But he was a really good speaker and stuff, and like nobody ever matched him. I was like, man, he just needed like somebody that was as fucking witty and shit as he was on the other side, and like it would have been the best fucking thing ever. Man. It would have blown my mind. But
no matter which side you took.
Yeah, I never find it, man. Looking through all these old things, it's never there. He never was against anybody like that.
Well, California and Minnesota, they passed a law that in July of 2015, all phones that will be sold must have a kill switch. Meaning that if
somebody steals it?
Someone steals it, you can kill the phone, boom. And they're saying that will really just wipe out any problem they have with theft of phones.
Yeah, it should be a thing anyway.
It's becoming such a big problem, especially in California.
Yeah.
They said last year, 2013, 3.1 million phones were stolen. That was more than double the amount stolen in 2012.
3.1 million phones.
Million phones were stolen. And it is a thing. I saw this documentary before about there's this area in California where, like, if you want to buy a stolen phone, there's a place to go to.
Yeah.
Certain areas of those streets and everything like that. And they followed this guy around. He just went by stealing people's phones. Like, he was such a crafty guy at stealing phones. He just had a big trash bag full of phones. Yeah, what kind do you want? I got them here. He'd sell them to you for $50, and people buy them because $50 for a phone, it's a friggin' steal. And they said by putting these kill switches in there, no one's going to want to steal a phone because you're going to get in trouble for stealing essentially nothing.
Yeah.
The wireless companies are not happy about it.
Why?
They say it is going to stifle innovation.
Come on.
They didn't say how you're going to stifle innovation. I think what their thing is, they like 3.1 million phones getting stolen because then that's 3.1 million more phones they sell. If your phone gets stolen, I need a new phone now.
Man, what the hell is their argument for that, though? How does that stifle innovation?
I have no idea. It's not like these kill switches do anything.
Yeah, innovate how your kill switch works. There's your innovation.
I guess their thing is, and again, it's a weak argument, and I'm not taking their side, but maybe because now they have to install these kill switches, they have to put everything else on hold.
Why not make it like a call-in kill switch like how a credit card works.
Well, they had said that some phones already come with that feature.
Yeah.
You know, by one way or another, you can, you know, maybe you have the app installed on, you know, your spouse's phone. You go to it and kill that phone, whatever.
Yeah.
But they said there's already things for that. So, but they're saying every single phone that is sold, if you get caught not selling a phone or selling a phone that does not have a kill switch, it's a $500 to $2,500 fine. So there they have it, and they're saying that once they can prove how well it does, you know, by stopping that crime in their state, other states will pick up on it.
I'll bet the definition for kill switch is really wide. You know, that way they don't have to do anything. You know
they
what I mean?
can say, hey, look, we do have a kill switch.
Yeah, all they have to do is call in, and we'll cancel the phone.
Yeah.
There's a kill switch for you.
Which is really, I'm sure you can already do it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't see why you can't do that. Like, yeah, here's the number. You know.
But do these kill switches? These kill switches must have to just destroy the phone.
Oh, like a
right? If you're calling and you're wiping out the data, you know, like maybe give it like an electric shock to where you can't use it. Because now if I steal your phone and you're going to automatically wipe out the data for me, all the better. You know, this is just a brand new phone now.
Little EMP pulse thing in there.
Yeah, they have to have something that'll just zap it out and you can never turn it on again. You know, maybe that kind of kill switch, you know.
Yeah, I guess that.
Except
maybe that's
no
what
charges
they mean by that.
and the phone's dead. Which they don't have that right now.
Yeah.
I mean, you can lock the phone up, but I'm sure hackers have a way of unlocking the phone.
Yeah, if it can be locked, it can be unlocked. I mean, there's no. Yeah, I mean, you see how like unsafe just any data is like on your computer.
Oh,
it's nothing. You know, your home network and all that stuff.
I always wanted to be a hacker.
Yeah.
I always thought it'd be the coolest thing, man.
Sure. It's always played up as this big thing in the movies. You know?
Just never got that deep into programming.
No. It's a lifestyle choice. It's not a...
yeah, that's the truth.
It's not a profession.
Get hackers for dummies or something.
Yeah, I don't know. Even that wouldn't keep up with it anymore, I'm sure.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, yeah, the way technology advances.
Unless technology like that is plateaued. Maybe there's just a way to get through everything, and that's it.
They can't stop it. Oh, the neighbors cut the grass.
Yep. There you go, sweetie. Fucking asshole.
All right, well, that'll do it for this episode of The Commute. Remember to like and subscribe on Facebook and YouTube. Send us an email at thecommutePodcast@comcast.net. Check out our website, commute.com.
She said, just so you know,
commute.com.
Something that
and
the school's doing. The school's not running this.
Email.
So, does the money go into a
whatever I'm missing,
that like buys all the
end of another
addresses for the
episode.
girls? That's for you to find out.
That would be a good idea. See you.